Hi everyone, welcome to Lola's Frugal Life. This is episode number 53. Today's episode is the one where I share with you my meal plan for the upcoming week. So please just stick around for a few quick words from our sponsor and we'll get right into today's episode. Okay, so welcome to this week's meal plan episode. If you haven't listened before, in this episode, every Wednesday morning, I put out an episode where I will share with you our meal plan for the upcoming week. So the meal plan starts on Saturday and goes through the following Friday. So that's why I try and put it out on Wednesday morning because, well, for myself, I want to have my meal plan done by then anyway because I go shopping on Thursday. But also so that you have time to plan if you did want to use some of these recipes for the upcoming week. So basically how I do this, like I've said before, is I kind of have a rotation that I follow. And I try and keep it really, really simple right now, just because we have 3 teenage kids and I work full time. We just have a lot going on. So I decided a while back to try and keep the meal plan really simple, and we rotate meals somewhat frequently, but it hasn't been an issue. And if it starts to get boring, I'll just swap something out and make a change. But by doing that, it makes it really easy to keep the meal plan running smooth without having to put a whole lot of effort into it, because usually by the time the next week rolls around, the meal plan is already laid out. So like, for example, just real quick, because I know a lot of you have heard this already, but say if I decide Mondays, we have hamburgers every other Monday. The day we have hamburgers, that Monday, I will immediately go ahead 2 weeks and put it on that meal plan 2 weeks from now. And then when that day comes, then I put it 2 weeks ahead from that. So I'm always populating future days based on what we had today and then when we're going to have it next. So usually by the time I get to the week that I'm going to be doing my grocery shopping and meal planning for, it's usually already completely filled in for the most part. There might be like one meal I have to fill in if, say, we went out to dinner, which we really rarely do, but like say if there was a special occasion or whatever and we went out to dinner and I didn't cook a meal that night, well, I wouldn't think sometimes to have put what we would have normally had 2 weeks from now or whatever on the meal plan. So sometimes I'll just kind of get a little bit messed up like that. But so I'll just go into my recipes and just pick something and stick it on the plan. But for the most part, I pretty much have this rotation going. So like I said, it starts on Saturday. So this meal plan is starting for this upcoming Saturday, which is June 20th when I'm recording this. And as I've mentioned before, this is really just dinners. Lunches, we usually just do like leftovers, frozen pizza, lunch meat, things like that. So, and the reason I'm sharing this meal plan is, well, one, if you just don't have any meal plan and you want to use it, of course, that would be fine. That would be great if you just need something to follow, if you're trying to follow a meal plan. But of course, I don't necessarily think that most of you are going to want to eat the same meals that my family's eating, because people just kind of have different things that they eat. But maybe it'll give you some ideas of some things if you need to fill in your plan, or maybe it'll remind you of some things you haven't made for a while. So it just kind of can be used in many different ways to help you create your meal plan for the week. So anyway, we're starting on Saturday, and this particular Saturday I do have a lunch planned. I don't usually do lunches, but the weekend, the Saturday after we've had tacos during the week, so like this past Tuesday, this past Tuesday, well, now I'm recording this Tuesday night, this will come out Wednesday morning, we just had tacos. So we'll have like leftover taco meat and lettuce and tomato and things like that. So I always plan on that Saturday to make taco pizza, which is something that we always make that we really like. It's kind of different, but we just take a frozen pizza and put the taco meat on it and like some peppers, and then we cook it. And then when it comes out, you put lettuce and tomato on top, and it's really good. It's just like a fun little lunch. So I did have that on my plans to make for Saturday. So for Saturday night, I'm doing Instant Pot rotisserie chicken. And I know I've had that on my meal plan before since I've been doing this. I forget how often I've made that. But I think possibly, I can't remember if I had actually made it yet the last time. So if I hadn't, I just want to let you know it comes out really, really good. Basically, you put like I think you put oil in the bottom of the Instant Pot. I forget exactly how you make it, but you basically saute the whole chicken like breast side down to like brown the skin, and then you flip it over and then you like pressure cook it. So it comes out really, really good. It was really juicy and everything. And I forgot to mention, I will be sharing the recipes as we go through this. For any meals that I have an actual recipe link for, I will tell you as I give you the meal, like I'm about to tell you where to find that Instant Pot rotisserie chicken recipe. But I will also post them within the next few days on the Facebook page. So you can find them there also on my Lola's Frugal Life Facebook page. So anyway, the Instant Pot rotisserie chicken recipe can be found at damndelicious.net. It's DAMN delicious.net. And that's the Instant Pot rotisserie chicken. That was really good. And on the side with that, we're having Pennsylvania Dutch corn pie. And that is at allrecipes.com. And that's kind of like, it's kind of like a pot pie-ish type thing, but it's like corn, potatoes. Is there anything else? It actually calls for hard-cooked eggs in the recipe. I've never actually done that, so that might be good, but I've only just always done the potatoes, whole kernel corn, and cream-style corn, and then you just put like a pie crust on top and bake it, and it comes out really good. But just as an FYI, I've never made it with the hard-cooked eggs, so I don't know if it comes out good like that or not. But anyway, so that is Pennsylvania Dutch corn pie, and that's on allrecipes.com. So we're having that with the rotisserie chicken. Then on Sunday, I'm doing Jenny-O's Best Ever Meatloaf. That is at allrecipes.com also. And that is just a meatloaf recipe I've been using forever. It's what my kids are used to. I make it with turkey meatloaf. That's why it's Jenny-O's, because it's made with ground turkey. But that's just what my kids have been used to, so that's what I always make if we do meatloaf. And with that, I'm just doing like a box of shells and cheese and roasted Brussels sprouts. I make roasted Brussels sprouts in the air fryer, but the recipe I have here is for the oven. It's just roasted Brussels sprouts from allrecipes.com, but usually what I do is I follow the same thing, which really is basically just Brussels sprouts cut up with a little bit of olive oil, salt, and pepper. And in this recipe, it says to roast them in the oven, but I just chop them up and throw them in the air fryer, and they come out really good. So that's Sunday. So Monday, I do not have anything on the meal plan. I apologize. But this Monday, we are going to be ordering in food because my daughter, who's in 8th grade, is having her virtual graduation on Monday. So the restaurants around here did just start opening up for outdoor dining, but we figured that it's probably going to be really crowded with some of the schools graduating and things like that. And since it's only outdoor dining, there's probably a lot of limited seating. And we just decided we're going to order in to celebrate her 8th grade graduation. So I'm sorry, but I don't have anything on the meal plan for this Monday. Tuesday, we're doing our Chipotle night like we do every other Tuesday. So that is basically where I make some broiled chicken, I do brown rice, I do like black beans, cheddar cheese, sour cream. You know, I just put out like all like basically all the different components of what you would use to build like a Chipotle bowl. So I don't know if I said avocado, I put out avocado, I put out salsa, and we just make Chipotle type bowls for dinner, and we just call it Chipotle night. So there is a copycat Chipotle chicken recipe that I have that's in here. It's from allrecipes.com. But honestly, when I do Chipotle night, I just cut up the chicken. I just slice up some chicken breast real like thin. And I just take out my little thing of seasonings and just put like some random seasonings on there. I think I do maybe like seasoned salt, like some chili powder, maybe a little onion powder, garlic powder. And I just mix it up with toss it up with like a little bit of olive oil, and then I just put it under the broiler, and it tastes really good like that. So that's for Tuesday night. Then Wednesday night, I'm going to attempt again to do the shrimp scampi bake. I feel like I've probably had this on here a couple of times over the course of the last few weeks, because every time I go to the grocery store, or BJ's is where I usually get my shrimp, they haven't had like the size shrimp that we usually get. I buy like the frozen shrimp from BJ's. They have like the big like 2-pound bag of frozen shrimp, and that's what I usually buy to do shrimp. because I don't want to buy fresh shrimp and then have to cook it like immediately, because I'm usually shopping for the week, in advance. And they've only had like this colossal, like giant shrimp, and I don't really want to do like a shrimp scampi bake with these like giant pieces of shrimp, because then it's not going to be like enough pieces for everybody to, have a meal out of it. So I keep waiting. So last time I think I had to swap that out and made another plan quickly, since I wasn't going to be able to make that. But we're going to give it a shot again. We'll see if they have the shrimp this week. Things are still kind of weird in the grocery stores with, what things they have and they don't have. And it's just kind of weird, because things you wouldn't think would be like not able to get, like shrimp and flounder and stuff, which we don't have a lot, but when I have had them on the plan, when I've gone to get them, they haven't had them. But I think I forgot to mention the shrimp scampi bake. That recipe is available on allrecipes.com. And basically what it is, it's really good. You just kind of take shrimp and you put it in like a baking dish with like butter and some like, it calls for chopped garlic, fresh lemon juice. I don't use fresh garlic. I just put like garlic powder and Dijon mustard, and you just kind of like melt that in the pot, in the dish rather, in the baking dish, and you just cook the shrimp in there, and it makes like this really good like almost like a sauce that the shrimp is kind of sitting in, and then you could just serve that over spaghetti or however you want to do. That's what we do. We serve it with spaghetti, but that's really good. So that is for Wednesday. Then Thursday, I'm doing Instant Pot Tuscan white bean and lentil soup. That's like one of our favorite soups, and it's super, super easy in the Instant Pot. That's from cookinglight.com, and that's really quick and easy, and it's really inexpensive meal. It's basically just made with like lentils, vegetable broth or chicken broth, and it says Great Northern beans, but I usually just get cannellini beans. Honestly, I don't know if they're the same thing, but they seem very similar, and that's what they usually have. And then I put like some carrots in there, like some chopped up carrots. And then we're just going to do grilled cheese with that. So usually on Thursdays, I do either a soup and grilled cheese, or I'll do breakfast for dinner. So this week we're doing soup and grilled cheese. Then for Friday, this is our last meal on the meal plan. So for Friday, I'm doing bacon wrapped chicken in the oven, and I'm using turkey bacon, but obviously you can use turkey bacon or regular bacon, however you like to make your, like whatever bacon you like to use. So this recipe is also at allrecipes.com. I do get a lot of my recipes from allrecipes.com. I just tend to go to their site because I have good luck finding stuff there. But it's called bacon wrapped chicken, and basically what it is it's like a chicken, use chicken breast, and you put like cream cheese in the center, and you kind of like close it up so that the cream cheese is in the center, and then you make kind of like a sauce to go over it, which is basically like a chicken soup based type sauce, and it has like milk and some other ingredients in there. But it's basically like a bacon wrapped chicken in like this creamy sauce. I think it's really good. I like making it once in a while. That's not something that's in our normal rotation. That's just one of the recipes that I happen to have that I'll stick in once in a while when I'm just trying to have something different or I had a gap to fill. And then with that, we're doing Chef John's Perfect Mashed Potatoes, which is from allrecipes.com. I tend to like his recipes, so that was why I found it. But it's really just very simple. It's just basically potatoes, and when you cook them, you don't have to chop them up in little pieces. You may already know this trick, but I actually only learned it from this recipe. You just peel them and cut them in half lengthwise and boil them just like that, and it's so much easier, and they come out just great. And he also has a tip in the recipe too, that when you put the potatoes back in the pot before you add like your milk and butter and salt and pepper and stuff, you turn the heat on high and just kind of like stir the potatoes for like 30 seconds and let the water come out of the potatoes, and it makes the potatoes come out better, because I guess if you add the water and the milk and butter sooner, there's still like a lot of water in there, so maybe it kind of dilutes it. I'm assuming that's why, but whatever, it seems to work pretty good. So we're having that with the bacon wrapped chicken, and then we're just doing like frozen vegetables. I just have on my meal plan, it just says frozen vegetables various. I always have like those steam fresh type vegetables in the freezer. So I'll just go in the freezer and just grab one of those and heat it up, and that'll be a side dish. So it'll be the bacon wrapped chicken, the mashed potatoes, and whatever vegetable I pull out of the freezer. So that's it for today for the meal plan. I hope that this was helpful. I think it's so important to meal plan for so many different reasons. It's important for if you're trying to stay on a budget. It's healthier if you're eating at home than eating out. And it just makes your life easier if you do want to cook. If you have your meals planned ahead of time, it makes it easier to go grocery shopping, and it takes away from that stress when you come home from work and you're like, oh, what am I going to make today? I just look at my app every morning where I keep my meal plan, and I look to see what I'm making that day, and I pull out what I need from the freezer, and I don't even have to think about it. It just makes it so much easier. So hope this is helpful. I'm so glad that you're listening to this show. I would love to hear feedback from you if you have any, or if you have any episode suggestions. That would be great. You can reach me at facebook.com/Lola's Frugal Life. That's all one word and no apostrophe. You can message me there. You can leave a post on the page. You could like the page. There's also a link to our private user group, which we have 2 members now. I'm super excited. We just got our 2nd member. I keep checking every day. I know it takes time to build up those groups, so I'm not expecting like a huge rush of people looking to join, but I was very excited because today when I checked, I saw that I had a new member request. So I've approved her, and now we have 2 members in the group. And I would really love to build that group so we can discuss topics and share tips and advice and things like that with each other. And also, if you'd like to join the group directly, you could just go to facebook.com/groups/Lola's Frugal Life and submit a request to join. Also, don't forget to subscribe. And if you'd like to leave me a review on whatever app you're using to listen to this, that would be awesome too. So again, thank you so much for listening, and I hope you have a really awesome day.